We hear in this section that not everyone can wait. And the author reflects this idea that those who are sated or satisfied, or those without respect, cannot wait. And then he says, thus Advent can be celebrated only by those whose souls give them no peace, who know that they are poor and incomplete, and who sense something of the greatness that is supposed to come. This idea that we cannot be satisfied, or that those who are satisfied cannot wait, is a countercultural one indeed, and it speaks of this grain of truth that is deep in the gospel of Jesus. Bonhoeffer exemplifies this in this letter to his fiancée on this day. He says, I used to be very fond of thinking up and buying presents, but now that we have nothing to give, the gift God gave us in the birth of Christ will seem all the more glorious. The emptier our hands, the better we understand what Luther meant by his dying words, we're beggars. It's true. What a challenging word for us in this time where sometimes we like to splurge or go a little extra during this Advent season as we prepare for Christmas. And yet we hear from Bonhoeffer in this one, from someone who's in prison and has nothing to give, that the very having of nothing reminds him of the true importance. You know, we get those sayings from Jesus in the Beatitudes in Matthew chapter 5, at the beginning of the Sermon on the Mount. In Luke 6, the passage that we read today, we hear both the blessings and the woes. And what's amazing to me is right in the middle of that passage, after Jesus says, blessed are you when people hate you, when they exclude you, revile you, and defame you on account of the Son of Man. And he says, rejoice in that day and leap for joy. Rejoice in the day of persecution, Jesus says. Friends, as Christian people, one of the challenges of Advent is to constantly live against the grain of our culture that is constantly pushing for excess, that is constantly pushing for more, that is looking for something material that will satisfy this deep longing that is actually deep in our hearts and our souls, that only Christ can fill. Come, Lord Jesus.